Today's voiceover talent is more than just a pretty voice. Today's voiceover talent has to be a boss, a VO boss. Set yourself up with business owner strategies and success with your host, Ann Ganguza, along with some of the strongest voices in our industry. Rock your business like a boss, a VO boss.
Hey everybody, welcome to the VO Boss Podcast. I'm your host, Ann Ganguza, along with my beautiful, lovely, intelligent, amazing co-host, Gabby Nistico.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Hi.
Hey Gabby. Gabby, today I'm super excited to talk about something that I love.
Is it my favorite thing too?
I think so. Ways to get paid. Woohoo! Squeeze.
Money.
Squeeze.
I love money.
Money.
All the money.
Yes. Money.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I
I'm not a
love
singer. I
ways
just want
to
you
get
to know
paid.
that.
Oh. Just the topic. It makes me so happy.
I know. It makes me very happy too.
Oh,
And I am
it's
not
great.
ashamed. I am not ashamed to tell all of you how much I love money. Because that keeps me doing what I'm doing and what I love to do. And to get paid for it is just...
How can you be a boss and not love money?
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
really?
I think that's
Come on.
I think that's probably one of the main parts of the definition of a boss. So we need to talk about how we are going to get paid in our VO business, because if we don't get paid, guess what? We really are not a business, and
No.
we really
It's a
cannot
hobby.
hope to continue, right, doing voiceover for a living. So I think we should discuss all of the different ways that we can get paid. And
Yes, please.
yeah, and I think first and foremost, you want to make sure that you make it easy for your client to pay you. That's number one. Make it easy.
And I'm going to add to that in that, yes, make it easy,
Yes.
most definitely. But
And number
here's
two,
what I love
yes.
about that. We see this all the time in social posts
Number
and things
three,
and
make it easy.
conversations. People go, should I have this way to get paid? And should I have this? And my answer, yes.
God,
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And yes again. And yes to that one. And yes to that other thing. And tomorrow, if there's another thing, yes to that thing too.
And if it's painful to implement, it's okay. Do it
Like,
anyways.
Right? Because if it means that my client has more ways to put money in my hands faster,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and more yes. Oh my God.
And so many people are so concerned. Well, okay, but there's so many fees here and so many fees
Ugh.
there. And honestly, here's the deal. I'd rather get paid and pay a fee than not get paid.
Right? Thank
And
you.
if that fee is 3%, if that fee is 4%, if that fee is 8%, I still would rather get paid.
I mean, okay, fees. Guess what? A, cost of doing business.
Yep.
B, totally 1,000% tax write-off.
Yep.
Fees
Absolutely.
are calculated at
so
the
glad you
end
said
of the
that.
year.
Yeah.
You tally them all up,
Yep.
and you lose nothing
Yep.
because you had to pay them. And yes, I'm with Ann. I want my money faster, not later.
Mm-hmm.
I will pay 2.75% or 3% or whatever it is, as long as it's within reason, to have my money now.
But wait, Gabby, why not just build that in to your price?
Because I feel like that's cheap and weird.
To build it
Do you
in your
know what
price?
I mean? Like,
Sometimes
okay.
I do. Sometimes I will. But that is only because I have a client who says, how would you like to get paid? And they themselves want to avoid a bank fee or a transfer. And I'm like, whatever's convenient.
If I go to a store, right, and I go to buy something with my debit or credit card, I understand that that merchant is being charged a fee, okay? That merchant is losing anywhere from 50 cents to like $3 on every transaction where I swipe my card. Now, like granted, like this is one of the reasons why, and I just think this way because this is my boss brain, my business brain at work in the day-to-day world. Like if I go into even a convenience store to buy something and that item is under $5, I feel guilty swiping a card because I know that the fee is going to be large in comparison to the transaction price. So I always feel weird about that. So I try not to do it. But that being said, if 7-Eleven suddenly wanted to start charging me like a 50-cent surcharge every time I use my debit card, no. Taking my business somewhere else. That's craziness. Like,
But Gabby, that's if they're saying it. Do you see what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we're going to charge you this fee. Here's my thought. If you charge fair rates anyway, your
It's
price
not
is
a
already
big
built
deal.
in. It's already
Yeah,
built
it's
in.
so
You've
not a
already
big deal.
adjusted. You've already adjusted for rates. That's just the way I think.
Agreed.
If you've got
Agreed.
your baseline that you're going from, I've already adjusted for paying fees. Anyway, so not like I haven't actually sat down and calculated it, but literally I'm like, no, this is what I can get per hour, and you know what? If I have to pay that up to 8%, I'm cool. I'm fine.
There is only one exception to that I will make. There's only one caveat. If the job has already been deducted a commission, in other words, I will not accept an electronic submission from, let's say, an agent whereby I'm then going to lose fees on top of it.
Yes.
Because if 10% has already been taken from that money and then I'm going to lose even more percentage, no, that's okay. You can cut me a check. Thank you. But that's it. Outside of that, I see no issue with it. So let's talk about ways. Let's talk about options. What should you have? What are the musts?
Digital, for goodness sake. You've got
let's talk what are the actual services? Yeah.
Well, I think PayPal's been around for a very long time.
They've kind of PayPal.
Right? They've definitely been around the longest from what I understand. I think they've been around the longest. People have been able to pay.
Too.
I know that there are a lot of people that complain about PayPal fees, but again, I'm like, are you kidding? Look at how conveniently I can get paid from an international client.
Do you have the PayPal debit card?
You know what? I actually don't, but I have so much
But you know about it.
I do know about it. I do know about it because you can get perks, right, in your PayPal account.
Well, but also what I love about it, because I see people sometimes complain about this. They go, oh yeah, PayPal. Okay, so if somebody pays me, then I have to transfer the money to my bank account. It takes a couple of days and it's a whole process. So because I have the PayPal debit card, what I can literally do is take that debit card, and because it's all business, it's under my business name, it's a business card, I can use it instantaneously the minute I'm paid to either spend it, make a transaction, or I can take it to the bank, swipe it, pull out cash, and then deposit that cash directly into my business checking account.
I've noticed in the last year, actually, PayPal has done that without me having to get their debit card. So I'm able to actually pay people, and then I have the choice to go from PayPal balance or my bank balances that I've had linked up, which is something I think new in the past year or two, which is phenomenal because all I do is link it to my business account.
Right, but that's to pay out. I'm talking about when it comes in.
Oh, when it comes in, absolutely.
It reduces the time or the gap between you having access to the money and it being able to get into your bank account.
Yes.
You no longer have to worry about that if you have the card. So just a fun little tip there for people.
Yeah.
But PayPal, I think, is critical and essential. And I also think buyers are more comfortable with it. If they see a PayPal link, if they see a PayPal option, people are receptive to it. They know that it's secure.
There's a new one that's coming out for banks. Oh, gosh, is it
Zelle?
Zelle, there you are. I was going to say LO. I don't know why LO, but Zelle. And Zelle is really cool because it links up directly to your bank account.
Fantastic.
And there's no transaction fees.
No, none whatsoever, at least not at the moment. I have been using Zelle to do my payroll, and I pay all of my people with Zelle. Super easy. Instantaneous, literally. There's no check cutting.
I think all you need is they just have to set it up with their email address and or their phone number.
They can do it that way, or if you guys happen to use the same banking institution, it can be a direct to direct.
Yeah, Zelle is great. I
love that.
Say. Now,
Venmo
is good
is another
too.
one.
The only thing is that I don't have Venmo connected to my business account right now, so I actually use Venmo for private, business or friends, personal. That's connected to my personal account. There's Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, Stripe, which I love.
Stripe is another one. Square.
Square as well. And I have all of it.
Square and Stripe, for folks who don't know, Square and Stripe allow you the ability to take a credit card in person or over the phone, which is really nice because for a lot of us, sometimes I'll have this happen where if a client's behind in paying me or maybe they missed a check and I have to do a collections phone call.
Right.
I can have my Square reader right there. It's on my phone. It's an app. I pull it up and I can take a card from you right now.
Absolutely.
And I can type in, their card number and the expiration date and the CSV and be done with it right then and there.
Gone are the days of being complicated.
Yeah. And both of those methods connect directly to most billing programs. Like I use my FreshBooks account or even a Xero account. You can link directly to them. And that's one of the ways, too, where in your digital accounting, when you send an invoice, you should have those automatic options that people can access right from your invoice to pay you electronically.
Exactly. And that could even be an electronic fund. I know that through, I use QuickBooks. And so when I send an invoice through QuickBooks, I can hook up my bank right directly. And so then QuickBooks becomes the Stripe or the PayPal. And they charge me also a small fee for any transaction. But it's actually the cheapest. It's a tiny fee. Yep. So, so we've got PayPal, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, goodness, Square, electronic fund transfer. So I say,
and there is actually one more, which is a direct bank transfer. A lot of people are scared of this.
Wire transfer.
I don't know why wire transfer is so creepy. I think people have this bad impression that
I have to give my bank information out.
Right. That if I give you my bank information, somehow you can, I don't know, like withdraw money. Like, no. That
it's
one way, guys. Yeah. It's completely a one-way transaction. They can only put money in. They can't take it out.
And you know what? I have to tell you that I even, long time ago, I asked my bank, I said, should I be concerned about giving out this type of information, to my client? They're like, oh, gosh, no. Like, they would have to know passwords. They would have to be able to identify. There's no way that there can be anything but money going into this account.
Right.
There's no way they can steal.
Beautiful for us.
Yeah.
And with all of that at your disposal, now I know, like, I have a couple of clients who pay me regularly. It's almost like they're not retainer clients, but they have their own automatic billing system that's usually like they pay on the 15th and the 30th.
And it's connected to your bank.
And it's connected right to my bank. And it's
those
it's
are the
literally
best.
like a direct deposit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love you. I love you
those
guys so much. It's so great. We joke in my office, almost everyone is on the Pandora roster. And we joke, we call it's Pandora Payday.
Yep, there you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So
I love
these
direct
things
deposit.
are so easy, so convenient, and again, I don't know. I think
there's
they
a lot
legitimize us as business owners.
Oh, I
that
agree.
if you don't have them, it's kind of.
If you've taken the time to figure out how to implement them into your business so that you can get paid, I think I think it validates that you are a professional entity. It validates that you've, at least they took the time to allow me to pay easily. And that is, please stop complaining about how difficult it is to integrate a payment, method to your website. Or, for goodness sake, I just say you don't even have to worry about it if you don't want to. You can hire somebody to implement that. I have multiple websites that accept payments, Stripe, PayPal, however it is. In my own voice talent, click here to pay. And it just, or through your invoicing system. It's something that I think is very rudimentary and very necessary for you to function and to survive as a business.
I'm not the tech girl that you are, Anne. And I think everybody knows that. You are our reigning tech queen. You have that crown. It is all yours, baby. I remember, though, the days when I first got started in voiceover 15, 20 years ago. Prime example was the month of December, because everyone's closing out their fiscal books and the holidays and everything that goes on. I remember December was heinous. I would have to twiddle my thumbs because no money was coming in, no checks were being cut.
Because everybody was doing the bucks.
I had to prepare extensively for the lack of income that was going to be there. It was really bad. I mean, it was like depressing and devastating, especially for the time of year that it was, because I would have to look at people and go, yeah, guys, I can't spend any money right now. Like, I am lean. Now it's a totally different story. Now with all of these digital things, December is a breeze. I don't have any of those issues anymore. I don't ever feel stressed out about waiting on checks to come.
And that's so interesting that you just mentioned that, because I'm thinking back too now. You know what? There was definitely slow periods. There's still, you'll still have ups and downs in terms of business volume. But honestly, you're right. It's not as prevalent anymore, those slow times, because
unless you haven't gotten with the times and you're still relying exclusively on check payments.
Exactly.
That's when you can you'll feel those times and they'll hurt a lot more than if you have some of these newer methods in place.
But now on the other side of the coin, I don't want you guys to think, though, that there aren't still companies that need to have a purchase order in place or they need to cut a check. Although I haven't noticed it so much this year, but still, there's a lot of companies that will pay me that will cut a check, and there is a period of time. I think, gosh, one of my companies operates on a 90-day window now. But they're a huge company. I'm like, 90 days, really? To get paid?
Yep.
But they're a big company. They're not going anywhere. And so I'm like, okay, fine. I've just built that in. But still, they will be the people that used to pay me, believe it or not, PayPal, and then they went backwards in time, I think.
Funny.
And now they're cutting checks, which is really interesting. And it's just a large, process that has to go through for me to get paid.
I think we will always have check cutting clients. And what we're seeing now more of, though, is that even the check cutting process, though, it's not as lengthy as it used to be.
Correct.
Because more and more clients are doing their own check cutting direct through online banking.
Yeah.
They don't have to literally process checks anymore. The whole thing is done automatically online. And so much, much easier, much, much more efficient. I mean, we're always going to have those, but having all of these other digital means, very important for a functioning business nowadays. And also when we get down to things like those clients where you have to secure a deposit or you have to secure that first job up front, these are the ways to do it.
Yeah,
these are the
way
easy,
to get your payment.
simple way to get your payment and never have to worry about there being an issue.
And as a matter of fact, when I have a client that I am not familiar with, a first-time client, I almost always encourage them to pay online, digitally, PayPal, because that way I'm assured to get the money. Especially because I'm that type of person where built into my quote system is, prepayment is greatly appreciated. So every time I ask for it, I get it. I get it.
You're so nice. Yeah, I demand it. I'm like, this is how this goes.
Payment in full. I say payment in full. Payment in full.
Go.
I don't even say 50%. I say payment in full is, recommended. Payment in full.
I say it's mandatory.
There you go. I've never had somebody deny me, actually. Which is great, to get paid in full. And the way they pay in full right away is PayPal or Stripe or any of those.
Exactly. Any of those. And one other quick thing on this whole digital topic of payment. If you're not already using it, guys, get on with mobile banking. Holy Moses.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a bank to deposit checks in I don't know how long.
Right?
It is the greatest thing in the world to be able to
know.
snap a picture of a check, hold it for a couple days. I'm like, this is just...
The bank people must be like the Maytag. Do you remember the Maytag man?
Yes.
He was always the loneliest guy because he never had a repair.
So
well, guess what? The bank people must be really lonely these days.
The only time I have to go there is when I'm like withdrawing a large sum and you can tell they really want to talk. And I'm like, guys, I'm busy.
They do.
I gotta
they
go.
don't shut up. They don't shut up. Actually, that's too funny. And I want to tell people, I mentioned this in a previous episode. For those of you that think you're scared to give away your bank information and all that, back when it wasn't even cool, I was using CheckFree in 1990 to pay my bills online.
Right.
Yeah. And God, for years, since 1990, we're going on like 27 years now, I have not had a problem. And I've been doing online banking for years. So, guys, if you're careful and you're street smart, right? Nothing's going to happen that couldn't happen in person. Like,
just remember, at the end of the day, should I get this payment method? The answer is always yes.
Yes. Get paid. Getting paid is always the best. Well, I don't. That was great, Gabby. I mean, what else do we need to say?
I don't think there is much else to say, right?
No,
Just go get your money.
Get it done.
Go get it
done. Get it done. Go get your money, bosses. Okay, big thanks to our sponsor, IPDTL, for our quality connection. You can find out more at ipdtl.com.
Check us out on all the socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, Twitter at... And of course, on iTunes, we do have so many, and Stitcher for all the podcasts. And make sure to get with us on our website, guys, voboss.com. Ask us questions, submit your listener content. We want to hear from you guys direct.
Yes, we have some great classes that are there online, as well as some great new marketing products. So get yourself a Boss Blast today. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. Kick butt.
Bye.
Stay focused. Bye.
Join us next week for another edition of VO Boss with your hosts, Ann Ganguza and Gabby Nisterko. All rights reserved. Ann Ganguza voice talent in association with 3 Moon Media. Redistribution with permission. Coast-to-coast connectivity via IPDTL.